Lots of parrots on our planet. These ones are called macaws. Da Vinci is the green one flying out to Grace. He's a military macaw. And then these two, we have Castle and Marshall. They are blue and gold macaws. Looking for those beautiful feathers. And they live in an aviary here on property with about 100 other macaws. And they can do whatever they want when they leave the aviary. But when they come here, we like to reinforce that behavior by giving them their favorite treats. So you'll see us passing out all sorts of goodies throughout the show, and that's our way of saying thank you for showing up here, because they certainly don't have to. But it's great when they do, because then you get to see them up close. It's a pretty fun experience. Now, as cute as they are and as fun as they are to work with, we want you to know that parrots are best enjoyed at places like Disney's Animal Kingdom. Having a bird like this in your house is quite the challenge. What do you think your #1 complaint would be? The noise, exactly. That's what everyone says. That's what we've heard from people who own parrots. This is a pretty normal sound. They actually can get much, much louder. So making lots of noise is how they communicate. Really great stuff in the rainforest, but in your home it gets old pretty quick. So super noisy, really messy. They go to the bathroom a lot, and when they're not screaming, they will be chewing on whatever they can find. Check out their cute faces. They have really big beaks that are constantly growing. They're also really powerful, so they can destroy things like trees in the rainforest and in your house. Things like furniture, drywall, iPhones, computers, toys, electronics. Anything that you own would become a parrot chew toy and be destroyed pretty quickly. Plus, all these birds, they can live a really long time. Their lifespan is decades, which is crazy to think about. So definitely enjoy them at places like Disney's Animal Kingdom and keep your homes parrot free. But speaking of enjoying these birds, these three are just the beginning. Come on in for some more action with your phone and camera ready to go. We work with about 100 birds like this and 8 different species of macaw. And several of them are endangered, even critically endangered, like the blue-throated macaw. Hopefully you'll get to see one up close soon. But they're only found in Bolivia, and their native population is fewer than 300 birds. That's it. And it's due to things like deforestation, which leads to habitat loss. And then the illegal pet trade is a big problem for parrots around the world. But it is not all bad news. The great news is people have started to notice that creatures like this in the wild need our help, and they've started to do something about it. So we're excited to tell you that we've partnered with the World Parrot Trust. They are doing great conservation work for lots of parrots, but they're breeding blue-throated macaws in hopes that they'll be released into the forests of Bolivia, meet up with that wild population of 300, so we can save birds just like these in skies like this.
I felt the wind off of that one.
Thank you so much, everybody. This is a site that we love to show you, and it's one that's worth protecting in the wild. Now, right in front of me, this little bird, her name is Sammy Jo. She is that blue-throated macaw that we were talking about. Super rare and really awesome that you get to see one so up close. And over here we have little Holly. Holly's another critically endangered species like lizard, red-fronted macaw. So get your phones and cameras up as quickly as these cuties flew on in here. They are about ready to take off on their next adventure. Whenever they're ready. There they go. Most everybody is heading on out of here. A few are sticking around to finish their treats. We will as well. If you have any questions, come on up. But enjoy your day and happy holidays, everybody. Bye. Thank you for joining us for Wind in Vision. Remember, together we can help ensure amazing sights like these remain in wild places for many generations to come. Enjoy the rest of your adventures here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Asante San Award, and that means thank you. But as we like to say here at Harambe, Twin Day, and that means let's go. Hello, friends. My name is Jade, and I'll be your support guide throughout the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. I'm sure you get to see all the animals, so before we head out, take a quick point this for us. So let's remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Hold on to everything tight. This will be a bumpy ride. If you do happen to drop anything, just know you won't be able to stop to pick it up, but I'll call someone and do so for you. Above our heads are spotting guides to help us identify the animals as we traveling throughout the reserve. We may not see all those animals due to the different migration patterns and time of day. We will try our best to spot as many as we can. Friends, go ahead and put your cameras on action mode or sports mode to get the best pictures and videos possible. Here on the reserve, these animals are not expecting a photo shoot, so we cannot expect them to stop and pose for us. And our first destination is Kilimanjaro Forest. In the forest, the animals have natural colors and markings to help them blend into the dense vegetation. It makes it harder for predators to spot these animals out. But as we go, let's keep our eyes open because you never know where they might be hiding or may appear. Our friends, if we look into the right, we're going to see the okapis. Now, the okapi appears to be a relative of the zebra because of its zebra-striped legs, but is actually a relative of the giraffe because of its prehensile tongue and the shape of its skull. We're seeing greater kudus on the left. The greater kudus are one of the tallest antelopes in the world. They can grow up to be 55 inches just at the shoulder. We know that those are females because they don't have any horns. The males have spiral horns, and there's a picture above our heads and a spotting guide. The two okapis on the right are females. They don't have any ossicles. Ossicles are horn-like structures. They lie underneath the skin, and all giraffes have them. So once we see the giraffes, I'll be sure to point out their ossicles. If you haven't been already, I suggest going to Gorilla Falls. You may see a male okapi there. Of course, it have ossicles, but you'll also notice that it's darker in color. Friends, if you look into the left, there's a black and white bird. It's a saddle-billed stork. The saddle-billed stork gets its name from the yellow marking on its bill. It's shaped like a saddle. It can grow up to be 5 feet tall with the wingspan up to 9 feet wide, and it will communicate by simply rattling its bill. Our next destination is Swaffy River, where two of Africa's most territorial animals reside, such as the hippo and the Nile crocodiles. If you're on the right, you may see some hippos in the water. For my friends on the left, don't worry, there'll be more water further up on the left for you to spot out some hippos. There are some pink-backed pelicans on the right still. The pink-backed pelicans get their names when their skin turns pink during mating season. Mating season for them is year-round, so they'll just pick and choose when they would like to mate and their skin will turn pink. Pelicans are colonial nesters. They'll come together in large groups, ranging between 20 to nearly 500 pelicans. They will build their nest and incubate their eggs together. To the left, there's some hippos. So there's a boat. Hippos will spend most of their time submerged underwater to keep from overheating. The water helps to regulate their body temperature, but hippos are really sensitive skin. You'll see them out of the water when it's clear outside or when the sun has gone down. They'll be eaten either by vegetation or they're sleeping or resting. Hippos can hold their breath for 8 minutes. They will swim, but usually they're just walking. That's what hippos sound like. We call it a wheeze honk. I wonder what was going on behind the island. You couldn't see.
This is the road bridge. These are the bridges we were on above us. Yeah.
Those are the crocodiles. Looks like they may be smiling at us, and I wonder why. And we're crossing the bridge, leads directly over where the crocodiles reside. So remember to remain seated, including the little ones.
Yeah, they're sleeping.
Crocodiles can eat about half their body weight, only for about once per week. They can go even longer without eating, but that's when food is scarce. So friends, let's get out of here. The Nile crocodiles weigh a minimum of 500 pounds, so just imagine how much food they actually consume. Sometimes you may see them resting with their mouths open, but that's just them releasing excess body heat. Sometimes you may see them resting with their mouths open. That's just them releasing excess body heat, like I just said. But you You may wonder why they aren't as active as other animals, and it's to simply preserve their energy. So when they do attack, it is explosive and highly unexpected. Now, it looks like the tree line is starting to clear up. I think we may be entering the savanna ecosystem. So that means all the animals that we've seen thus far are going to be somewhat different than the animals that we will see. Speaking of different, to the right is an odd-looking tree, and that tree appears to have roots pointing up at the sky. Now, it's something quite unique and unlike any other tree you've ever seen before. Well, friends, it's a baobab tree. The baobab tree can hold thousands of gallons of water in its trunk. It can also go leafless for about 9 months out of the year during drought. Here on the savannah, we hope to see some of Africa's most famous animals, such as elephants, lions, zebras, and giraffes. It looks like we're seeing plenty of giraffes on the right. They're all Maasai giraffes, they're known for their irregular patterns. I love this parrot.
Hey, Reggie.
No, right here.
So right there.
You may notice the ossicones at the top of the giraffe's head. Remember, I mentioned all giraffes have them. They're horn-like structures and they lay underneath the skin. I say that they're horn-like structures simply because they're made of bone. Usually horns are made of keratin. Ossicones are used for sparring and establishing dominance within a tower. Friends, a group of giraffes called a tower simply because they tower over most, as they can grow up to be between 18 and 20 feet tall. It leaves a 6-foot drop when the baby is born, meaning the baby has to be about 6 feet tall in order to nurse. I'm not sure if you can tell, but look at the babies. Yeah, we're gonna see the baby eventually. I think we're holding for a giraffe that may be in the road. Moving slow at the moment. Did hear something about a giraffe. We are holding for a giraffe. To the left, friends, behind the cave or den, we're seeing the painted dogs, the wild dogs. They are extremely successful at hunting, even more successful than any of the big cats. They have between an 18 to 19% success rate because they like to exhaust their prey. Sable antelopes on the left, and we're going to see some zebras. The sable antelopes may look familiar to you, since they are the symbol for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And that's being prideful using those long, swept-back horns to fight off predators who may want to pounce into their backs. The zebras are Hartman's mountain zebras. They're known for the extra skin fold underneath their necks. It aids in hydration. It's called a dewlap. They are the only species of zebra to have it. The dewlap is more common in various antelopes and cattle, but for the Hartman's mountain zebras, it comes in handy since they like to spend their time in the mountains. Now, they have large hearts, since to be able to maintain or stabilize their blood oxygen levels at high altitudes. Each zebra has their own unique pattern, just like we have our unique fingerprints. But I think it's really cool that baby zebras memorize their mother's pattern, so they're the only feet are nursing their mothers only. But of course, since babies can identify their mothers, I assume within a dazzle, a group of zebras is called a dazzle, by the way. We do have many dazzles, we're seeing them on the left. But I assume that within a dazzle, they all can identify one another, whether it's solely based off of their patterns or just other unique characteristics.
Food?
Yeah.
We are passing by some termite mounds. Just know that they're hard as concrete, though they are porous, made from saliva, mud, and dung. Elephants will use them as a scratching post, and antelopes will use them as an outlet for predators. We're passing by the giraffes. There's their ossicones. It's obvious that giraffes have long necks, but did you know that they have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as we do, which is 7? Theirs is actually really large. They also have large hearts. Imagine our hearts having to pump blood about 20 feet in the air. It's like this giraffe's trying to catch up with us.
Look, Mason. He's crossing.
Yes, we'll just let our friend cross.
Yeah, I will.
He's walking down the road.
I know.
Give our friends some space. Please don't call any others. It's like, let me find a puddle on the ground.
He's cleaning himself in the road.
Let's take a bath.
Let's just bring all of our friends in the way.
Let's get them all.
Oh. He's just kidding.
That's precious. We're just gonna follow them
Yeah, but we get lots of pictures.
slowly.
Yep, I got it.
Check out their round bellies. They're part of a group of animals called ruminants, meaning that they have compartment stomachs. So pretty much whether they ate something 2 minutes ago or even 2 hours ago, they're going to continue to chew all day long. It's kind of like having unlimited leftovers.
Ew.
The baby giraffe's coming up on the left. I want to say that's the baby. It looks like that's him. We're not getting the best view. Let's see from the side. Baby giraffe is the shortest of the tower.
Hello, baby.
Oh yeah, that is the baby's one. Just turned 1 few months ago. Almost out of the baby. Here we go. To the right, friends, you're going to see some wildebeest and Coley cattle. There's small antelopes, which are the springboks. The springboks with their names and their ability to spring up in the air 6 feet, as well as leap forward 13 feet. On average, they do weigh between 70 to 80 pounds, and they can run up to about 55 miles per hour. They're one of the fastest animals in the world. They probably can outrun the cheetahs. So we've seen plenty of wildebeest. We're gonna see them once again. Oh, and there's some elands on the left. The elands are the largest and tallest antelopes in the world. They can grow up to be 6 feet just at the shoulder, weigh a max of 1,200 pounds, jump up 8 feet in the air, and run up to about 25 miles per hour. There they are. We're seeing both the male and the female. The male's closest to us, female's further back. You can see how she's a bit more brighter in color than he is. There's Ankoli cattle on the right. So notice those long horns. The ones that easily stretch 6 feet across. And the wildebeest, there's a lot of them in the world. There's about 1 to 1.5 million of them. They like to travel in large herds, migrate between 500 to about 1,000 miles per year. We pass between some baobab trees. There's elephants on the left. Elephant trees, the bark of the baobab tree to gain hydration. Earlier, we did learn that the baobab tree can hold thousands of gallons of water in its trunk.
Yeah. We see some animals.
We're going to the water, mate. We're going to the water.
My friends, there's more elephants coming up on the left. But mature elephant weighs between 4,000 to about 14,000 pounds. Males are usually larger than the females. We're seeing female elephants at the moment. The females have a flat forehead. The tops of their heads are also flat. Males have more of a rounded forehead shape. But so far, we've only seen females.
Flamingos.
Yeah, there's some flamingos. Notice the young flamingos are not entirely pink.
Yeah.
The greater flamingos are known for their lighter pink color. It comes from the shrimp that they eat. The shrimp contains beta carotene, which obviously gives them that pink color. But that means when they're born, they're not actually pink. They are indeed gray. Now, I think it's cool that you can determine which are more mature than others by simply looking at the shades of pink. But some of them still have gray feathers, gray legs, or mix of a mixture with gray and pink on them. But a fully grown flamingo can weigh up to about 9 pounds and be a height of around 4 feet. There's the rhinos. Friends, they are the white rhinos. They weigh between 5,000 and 6,000 pounds, and they have flat mouths to allow them to graze upon the ground, consuming their food. Looks like there are some young rhinos in the back. You see them? This will get us a view.
Rhinos!
Closer view. I'm sure you're noticing their sharp horns. One of their favorite hobbies, other than eating and sleeping, is to indeed sharpen their horns, and they'll do so on just about anything. You can compare it to us getting our nails at the salon simply because they'll sharpen the horns to their desire. The young rhinos, they're still learning. The horns are actually pretty sharp.
Rhinos, yeah.
Oh no, it's the truck.
It looks like the one in front is keeping guard. I'm not sure what's going on. I can't see the babies. It's probably one of the moms. Cheetah on the left.
Cheetah!
And sometimes they can be hard to spot out because their patterns will allow them to easily blend in with the surroundings. making it harder for prey to see them when they're coming. Hello friends, remember our first safety rule is to remain seated. So there's
Like
the
the cheetah
cheetahs.
Two of them?
Cheetahs can run up to about 60 miles per hour, but only for a few hundred yards.
No.
After easily being exhausted and overheated, they'll have to recharge for about 30 minutes before being able to run up to the max speed. They do have semi-retractable claws to grab into the ground running, as well as a flat tail for steering. If the cheetah does not catch its prey within the first few seconds of running, its prey will be long gone. The cheetah will have to try again in about 30 minutes, but it only takes a cheetah roughly 3 strides to reach 60 miles per hour. Each stride is about 20 feet. Now, owners say cheetahs have between a 40 to 50% hunting rate. Whoa, do y'all see this?
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at
They're
Simba.
Professing Kopi Rock Formation. Nearby Kopi Rocks, the lions love to hang out, so they'll use that as an outlet for prey. The lions will sleep or rest between 16 to 20 hours out of the day. When nearby the rocks, they will kill the lions, aiding the lions in hunting. Their prey will think that they're one of the rocks with their prey. They have really bad eyesight, or I spotted out the pride. Lions like to hang together in large family groups called prides, where there's plenty of females, fewer males. The male with the darkest male, of course, the alpha, but the females do most of the hunting, while the males lay back and the gather the pride and protect the territory. Looks like they're having
over here.
a shark us not to help towards the animals, friends, especially not the predators.
It's only baby lion.
There they are.
It's only baby lion now.
Look at that.
I should say like Simba. I'm gonna have to scar in this world. Scar.
That was amazing. That's amazing.
That's cool, yeah. Most of them, they're just laying on rocks.
Yep, they got it.
Yeah. A lot of animals leased out. Dude, I didn't even know they had that many animals. I've never seen that many animals.
Really?
Yeah, 1 or 2 maybe. But yeah, I didn't see 6 like that.
I didn't see one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got a whole crash.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a whole crash.
A crab. First, looks like there's a nest on the right.
So blind.
Those are
Yeah, they can't see very well.
Yeah.
The eggs are huge. We didn't see any ostriches. Their eggs weigh 3 pounds each. The average size human can stand on them without breaking them. The max weight of an ostrich is about 320 pounds and they can be roughly 7 feet tall. The nest is communal, meaning that all ostriches in a group use the same nest. Only the alpha male and female that will take turns to incubate the eggs in 42 days. We reached Magadi Glen. Looks like one has a post set up here. And within the fence, there's Nigerian dwarf-bills. Nigerian dwarf-bills are globally domesticated animals. One of 2 of the domesticated animals on the reserve. The other was obviously the Ankoli cattle, basically a cow or a bull with long horns. The Nigerian dwarf-bills have a sole purpose of producing dairy products, as they do make milk and cheese. They can be extremely playful. You'll see them run, chase, hide, take courtship. Go ahead and put your dominance. Animals have water coats on inside of water sharks, since they are amazing climbers with balance. Yeah.
But we want an actual wedding. That's what I figured.
Friends, it looks like our journey is coming to an end. I hope everyone got to see at least one of the famous animals out in the reserve. I also hope you got to take some amazing pictures and videos of those animals, so you can come back home and share with your friends and family. I would like to inform you that most of the animals in the reserve are engaged on the wild. I agree with all of the safety of the animals to make sure that numbers are increasing. There's so many ways that we can do so. Too, the easiest is by simply recycling and not littering. If we recycle, we can actually limit or decrease the number of animal habitats being destroyed, to decrease your landfills. And if we stop littering, we can decrease the chances of the animals consuming trash or mistaking it for their food.
We saw a lot of animals, didn't we?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
parts, I like to leave little short phrases and talk reading. Means to go well. If you're around them, we don't say goodbye, we'll say goodbye to reading because goodbye is too sad. Goodbye is no good. Inspiring friends, thanks for joining me today. I hope you come back to learn on the spark.